I'm gonna make sure that we're live in 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm gonna give it some time, see if we can get some people in the building, and see if we can get some people to tune in. And, oh yeah, so definitely want to inform you that we have over 300 subscribers. Since we are at the 300 subscriber mark, I will be giving away $300 at the end of this video. And I've seen one person already, so, and because I mean, it could sound a little biased that I'm doing this, but the reason why I guess I'm doing it is because I wanted to give away something. First 500, we was going to give away $500. So currently at this time, what we're going to do is we're going to give away $300. Today's topic is going to be, does racism still exist in 2018 America? And if so, what is the cause of racism? If racism does, in fact, exist in America. I'm not Jesse, whatever his name is. I forget whatever this guy's name is. He talks like something is wrong with him. But his name is Jesse something. Yeah, I guess he's a conservative himself. Um, he's another YouTube vlogger, but he has his own show and he's successful. He is successful in his own right. So can't take that away from him. But I believe that his approach is always, if not always, wrong. And I don't believe that he knows how to connect with younger individuals. That, and I think that he doesn't really necessarily represent African Americans, the the new African American. You hear him constantly tell you he grew up in the Jim Crow era, and and I think that a lot of his videos really ones that don't involve actual facts. They're ones that involve his opinion, and then he tells you that his opinion is a fact, and that in itself is just something that you just don't really want to watch. But we got to get to, does racism exist in America 2018? I have somebody back here in the office. I could ask him what he thinks about it, but I don't know if he has time to be on the show. I'm assuming that currently he's probably too busy to do such a thing.
What you gonna do?
But as the show continues, I'm going to get into it and I'm going to tell you what it is, what's going on. So does racism still exist 2018 in America? We have friends overseas, friends in Europe asking me what's going on, so on and so forth. Does racism exist? What exists in America is a failed education system. That's what exists. And a globalist agenda to continue to keep individuals bickering with one another based on physical differences, because it would be harder for you to bicker over clothing when there's so many different variations of clothes that you could have, or you can actually purchase the same clothing that the person has. So there has to be something at a maintained level that exists that they can continuously use and weaponize to keep people from uniting. You have to think about the population as the fingers in your hand, right? So the thumb would be the strongest digit you have. So that would be your largest population, right? Okay, and your pointer is the second important. And the reason why I'm going to say that is because you do a lot of things with your pointer finger, so it's not the strongest, but it actually is used more so than the thumb is, if you really think about it. So you think about all of these digits, and then you get to the pinky, which is the smallest. I mean, what do you do with the pinky? Not much, but when you do grab something, you're gonna need the pinky in your hand. So you have to think about our 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 country as a fist. Okay, so the pinky isn't as strong as the index or the thumb. The thumb being the strongest digit that you have. So if they keep the hands spread apart like this, you'll never make a fist. You'll never make a fist. You'll never make a fist, meaning you'll never make an impact. So racism exists 2018 in America. No, it doesn't exist 2018 in America. Uneducated people exist in America. That's what exists in America. When you have news stations which are clearly democratic, I don't care what nobody says. If you watch election cycle and you've seen the bias in the media, you've come to realize that I guess the fucking Democrats bought and paid for them too. So if they own the media, which is the networks, what are the networks doing? Portraying movies in which African Americans aren't viewed in the best light. Portraying movies where uh, my Caucasian brothers are not viewed in the best light. There's almost always this racial atmosphere that's created from these networks, which are run by Democrats. Top donors to Democrats are who? Networks. Who's controlling the school system? The Democrats. The Democrats are controlling the school system. So if people are running around and they are uneducated, and we don't know about each other because I'm black and you're white and I don't know what you're going through, but somehow I have some notion that life is just better for you when honestly it's not, because I have friends all over this country. The best thing I got to do was travel this country, driving from California to New York, and I do it more often so than I would like every year, more than 3 times a year. So I have friends in between the states. Excuse me one moment. I have friends in between the states. So I have friends that are, Tony, it's really awesome that you're speaking out. Democrats, thank you. I appreciate it. We got to get to it because the only way we're going to fix this is if we start the healing now. This is the problem. You know, we're going to get to what's really going on. There's no such thing as racism. What's going on is there is an uneducated process that's happening in our school systems. You have young black men out here that are angry and that are frustrated, and every time they turn on these networks that are ran for and paid for by these Democratic parties, by these globalists, that's what we're going to call them. We're not even going to call them Democrats because we don't want to even use the name and stain the name with it. They're globalists. They're bought and paid for by these globalists. And every time you see these things on television, the only thing you see them doing is stirring the hate pot with us in it. And we are so focused on color that we're not focused on the fact that our kids are hurting. We're not focused on the fact that our kids aren't having the Christmases that they're supposed to have. They have us sitting here worrying about each other when, shit, I love guns. You love guns. I love my rights as an American. You love your rights as an American. You know why officers are out here having problems? Because actually, the officers have killed more white people than they've killed black people. Yeah, but you know what the news does? They outrage it. They get whores like Maxine Waters to come out of the fucking blue with her old stank fucking wrinkled ass to come and play the race bait card. Or the perm. You know the perm? Yeah. The fat fuck turned skinny fuck from out here, Reverend Al Sharpton. This isn't the show for the lighthearted. You're not coming here to get it to get it eloquently put. And I'm not going to be politically correct when I give you the truth. I'm going to give you the truth as raw as I possibly can. This is where you're going to get that raw truth at. The perm. That's what we're going to call him. Al, you know, Reverend the Perm. So him, they get guys like these guys to pop up and then they start screaming, oh, the racist, the racist, the racist, the racist, the racist, the racist, the racist. You motherfucking sellouts. You sellouts. You sellouts. Because the same motherfuckers you calling racist, you're closing the doors behind them and you're shaking hands with them and you're smiling in their fucking face and you're playing this fucking game called politics. That's what is going on. What's happening is that there is a big, genuine discourse between people in America because of these fucking politicians that are Democratic. You don't see fucking Republicans having fucking big fucking, and you know what? At some point, some Republicans did try, and I'm going to be honest with you. Some Republicans did try the little, media, hunt thing and everything else. But the reason why it didn't work for them is because they wasn't bought and fucking paid for. That's why. They weren't bought and paid for. They were not bought and paid for. They weren't bought and paid for. There's a bigger horse that they have their bets on, and it's the Democratic Party. The right pushes white supremacy out the picture so they don't have a platform. The left brings the racists to the White House, shaking my head. Let me tell you what the right does. The right doesn't talk about that dumb shit because it doesn't exist in a capitalist society. What exists is money, finance, stability of a nation. This is what exists. When you have globalists that are so fucking greedy that they don't just want to rob from us. They want to rob from all over the motherfucking world. And as long as they can rob from all over the world, just put everybody in one fucking pot. Let's just rob them all at the same fucking time. And that's how this game is going to get played. By them, but not by us. Not by the people that are woke, that are sitting here saying we're not dealing with it. Not by more black African-American men that are standing up and saying, hey, wait up. They telling me that the Republicans are racist, but every time I go look at these laws, it's Democratic senators that's fucking passing these shits. The raw truth. That's right, brother. Nah, fuck that. Listen, let me tell you something, man. You can't be offended because I'm your brother. You understand? I'm your brother, man. I'm tired, man. You gotta get tired. I'm tired. Everybody gotta get tired of this shit. You gotta stop. You gotta stop waking up and feeling like, the person next to you that's a countryman to you. There's someone that could cause a threat to you. You know what the problem is? The uneducation of the American, not just of the black man, not just of the white man, not just of any of the American period, every woman, shape and form. You know how many Republican senators that are out here right now that have siblings and other relatives that are homosexual? We don't care about who the fuck you laying down in bed with. That's your business. That's some private shit. You ever heard someone hating on you for doing your fucking taxes? So that's bullshit. But this is something that's played by the Democrats. And they play this role, and they play this role because what they do is they go get bought and paid for people that are part of the LGBT community. I think I said it right. If I didn't, I hope I didn't offend anyone. But what they do is they get people that are bought and paid for by these communities, and they get these people to hold face for them. They get these people to come and say, hey, we're with them because this party is the party that's for us, and they're going to take us to the next level, and they're going to take us where we need to go. And then the Republicans, we don't do that. I'm not buying and paying for anyone to give me any kind of sponsorship. That shit sounds stupid. I have the truth. I have the truth beside me. Smaller government. People more involved. People getting up and working. If a black kid thinks that the white people are holding him down, it's because the schools told him that shit. That's why. Excuse me, y'all. I'm American. I got to enjoy my freedoms. It's because his school taught him. That's what his school taught him. His school taught him that if, in fact, any black kid is telling you that, right, Tony, I'm so sick of it. If any black kid is telling you that he doesn't like white people or whatever, it's because of his school. His school is teaching him this. He's getting it from his parents. His parents is automatically. I was a kid. The first white girl I ever dated, I was 12 years old, right? She was a sweet, sweet, kind person, and the only thing she's ever done, and she's still one of my great friends to this day, and I'm in my 30s, and she's still a good friend to this day. Someone I can call, I can talk to. When I first brought home, the first thing my mother said is, if you don't get that white bitch out of my house, she regretted that. She regretted that. Because she spent most of her life believing somehow that there was a problem just because that person was a different color. This is how uneducated she was. I, on the other hand, was lucky enough to be gifted as a child, and and to also be enlightened. I really just felt love. Children aren't born racist. Children aren't born discriminating against children. This is something that's learned through our educational system that hasn't been changed in hundreds of years. What are they doing now? They fucking up the math? They're making it more difficult? That's the switch up? But they're not adding to the fact that African Americans have contributed a great deal to this country. And Africans not knowing, well, black Americans, because we're not African, we're black Americans. And black Americans not knowing what their ancestors built and contribute to this country will never take pride in the country that they built. They will always see things as things that don't belong to them as well. This is why black people don't feel included. And the reason why black people don't feel included is because the Democrats don't let them feel included. The Democrats tell them that once you feel like you're included with these white guys here and you like guns and you like your rights and you like your civil liberties and you're racist too somehow, you're a coon. There's no such thing as a coon. I think I'm a tattoo coon on my chest, and if that's the case, you call me super fucking coon if that's the case, because there's no such thing as a coon. I'm tired of the dumb shit. Because I like Queen, my favorite fucking rock group. Here we are, born to be kings, we're the princes. Why can't I like it? Why can't I like it? Why can't I like rifles? Why can't I like standing up and being an American? Why can't I not like the fact that we need to have secure borders? Why can't I not like that? Why can't I not like the fact that in order for you to be here, you have to go through certain steps. That way we can make sure that while you're here, that we're safe while you're here. What's wrong with that? The real racists is the Democrats. The real homophobics are the Democrats. Because what they do is they get the people around them that they don't like and they use them to use their people. Because they don't give a fuck about black people at all. I tell you what, thank you, Dick Manley. The day you see a Democrat really giving a fuck about the black community is the day you see a pit bull leave a pussycat alone. It's not many of those you see, right? Because they're full of shit. They're all full of shit. They create this climate of hate and hate and hate and separation and separation and separation and separation. You know, I'm in Brooklyn now, and they have something called gentrification. What the fuck is this shit that these people are fucking making up? What the fuck? Yeah, black people say, oh, white people are moving into the neighborhoods. They're moving into the neighborhoods. They're taking over. You know, this that, and the third. Well, let me tell you this: if white people are moving in your neighborhoods, that mean the value of the neighborhood is going up. And if you're a homeowner, you should be happy. And that also means that you will have access to better living conditions. You definitely will. And it's not because of racism. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with capital. It has to do with the gains of capital. And the area in which you're living in has been doing good around you, where it has brought other investors. Investors bring money. Money brings more individuals. We are living in a very different and big world, and we need to start respecting the fact that everybody's here. You need to start looking at your countrymen every day. I am white and I love you, bro. I love you too, man. I fucking love you too, man. We gotta squash this hate, man. We got to, man. Because at the end of the day, there's us. There's us. There's the American people. And you have all of these fucking news media outlets just blowing our fucking information, blowing our business up. Russia, Russia, Russia. Do you think that if Russia did fucking hack the motherfucking servers and shit like that, do you honestly think that they would tell you? They're not gonna tell you our business. They lying, man. They need somebody to throw the blame on because Hillary got caught with her hands in a cookie jar. Again, they so fucking sloppy with their shit they keep getting caught left and right. It's nothing you can do about it. The whole shit. Donna bum ass Brazil. Yeah. Her dumb ass. Tony is saying what I have been waiting for years. Bro, I fucking love you, man. Don't worry about it, bro, man. It's just somebody gotta say it, man. I'm tired of the hate, man. It's a miseducation of the people, and it's done on purpose. The school curriculum has to change. White people aren't gonna respect black people if they don't know about the contributions that black people has played to the current society that we have. And black people aren't going to respect white people or themselves, for that matter, because they don't even know what they contributed to this country. There are too many things that are different about us that make us great. And that's the problem. And they know that. So as long as we keep being different and great and they can keep us like this, we'll never do this. We'll never do this. will never strike the blow. Racism doesn't exist in America. Miseducation exists in America, and it's done on purpose. It's done by those who control the educational system. That's who it's done by. Because even if Trump put someone as had an education in his department, it still breaks down to each city. It still breaks down to each district. It still breaks down to these fucking dirty ass Democrats. That's what it breaks down to. They removed shop classes. Remember when we was going to school, automotive tech, you could have learned how to drive in school. You see how they removed all of these things? They removed all of these things because they don't want the country to continue to advance, because we had the greatest advancement than any other country. And right now we're getting beat out by everybody else because they got us just giving our money away. Just giving it away. Just, hey, you give it, you have it, you have it, you have it. 90% of NATO's fucking budget we're paying for? 90%? 90% of NATO's budget? How do we defeat racism? Watching these TV shows. We start watching these news networks that as soon as NATO is garbage, we stop watching these news at all, period. They're not. They're just not going to do it. They're going to keep stirring this pot of hate so they can continuously be hate amongst all of us. This country is predominantly European. White people don't have an advantage, or white people outnumber everyone else. And because of that, you find that more services can be allocated towards them because there's more of them. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. It doesn't mean there's some big plot to take away what you have because you're here. You can go get it. Stop believing these Democrats. Stop believing that it's not here for you. It's here for you. There are men out here that are buying their homes at 30. Black men, successful black men doing it. You stop believing that you can't. See, the moment you tell yourself something and you believe it, you've already been defeated. Because there's no white man sitting in his office right now thinking, I'm just going to just keep all the niggers out. Doesn't see that. There's no picture about your fucking resume. It's not. You know what I see often? And some of my brothers and sisters could be mad at me, but I don't really give a fuck. I'm going to tell you the truth. You know what I see? I have tons of jewelry, Rolexes, diamonds, everything that I've worked hard for. And so when you own something and you have your own or something and you can do that. But when you see men that are risking their lives and their freedoms to gain what they would call wealth, it's not, but what they would call wealth, and then watch them squander it in strip clubs and watch them spend $2,000 on bottles of liquor that would cost the most $100 vintage in any liquor store. You see all of the money being allocated to people that are not presenting resources to your neighborhoods, and then you're waking up and you're blaming white people for your neighborhoods not having resources. All the Arabs move into the neighborhoods and they're getting stores that you could have got yourself. Had you worked hard, had you saved your money instead of squandering in strip clubs and in clubs buying frivolous liquor and everything else, had you just buckled down and got a business plan together, you could have had something for your neighborhood. You could have had your own store for your neighborhood. You could have had your own. I know you could have. You can't tell me that a felony is something that hindered you. I had a felony. You can't tell me that's what stops you from being a business owner, because it doesn't. And also, I will be trying to get a petition going to help brothers and sisters, you know, that's of all colors. When I say brothers and sisters, I mean people of every race, to get involved with this. I believe that if you're a nonviolent felon, meaning you haven't been convicted of any sexual offenses, any capital crimes that involve, violence or, murder, anything like that. If you finish this felony successfully, after 10 years, you should be able to be reinstated as a full citizen. It's, it's, yeah, don't fuck whoever laughs at you, brother. You my brother. Fuck whoever laughs at you. Um, but after a 10-year period, if you haven't been arrested, you haven't been convicted of any crimes, then you should be able to have your full citizenship rights back. It's a shame that in New York I cannot bear arms, and my place is a business, but in California I'm not a felon because California after 7 years removes your felony. So I just think that that's something that we should ask our president to look into about definitely giving, men that work that hard. If you can stay out of trouble for 10 years, that's enough time to go to school, learn a trade, and if you can keep your nose clean and stay out of trouble and actually provide for your community, volunteer, ensure that you definitely change it. I don't feel like you should be hindered with having that felony for the rest of your life. There's forgiveness in everything that you do. Shit, even your insurance company gives you forgiveness for accidents. The creditors give you insurance after a while. Everyone, gives you amnesty after a while. I think that it should get to a point where after you've served your time and you've served a period of time after, your release, that and you're on the right track, then definitely you should be able to have that back. But back to the main subject. The fucking Democrats are responsible for racism. The Democrats are responsible for sexism. The Democrats, you think about it, who the fuck plays these cards, man? Who plays these cards? Who plays these cards? The Democrats. And they know since they keep the black people uneducated and they keep them on TV, that they're going to listen to what's going on television and they're going to take it for face value. Because the news used to give you the news. Remember that? Remember when the news used to give you the news? When you would be there, you would hear interviews, and you would hear people just flipping the fuck out, and you'd be like, "Damn, that person is mad." And they probably had to cut the interview off. That was like raw, real TV. Remember those days? We don't have that anymore. These guys are bought and paid for. The news media is bought and paid for. Networks are bought and paid for by special interest groups that are globalists that are trying to shut down our country. The only thing racist about this country is the globalists. If we could stop fighting each other, if for one moment we could say, you're different and I'm different, but I'm here for you if you need me, this would be a better country. And we can show by example just by that. So at the end of this video, with the ending of this video, I'm going to make a pledge. I'm going to make a pledge that never in my life will I ever again look at anyone and think that they have anything over me, or believe that anyone can hurt me or has intentions to hurt me, no matter what color they are. I promise you that I'll never do it again. I promise you that every chance that I get, I will devote my life towards bridging the gap between every color in this country. As long as you're here and you're a United States citizen and you're here for the betterment of this country that I'm going to have kids in and my kids will have kids in, then I'm here for you. And I'm not anti anything or any other country. I am pro-American. I am American. My ancestors were slaves here, were workers here. I was raised here, and this is my birth country. This is all I got. And whether or not black brothers and sisters out there, this is your country too. And this is all you got. And if you want to slice up the pie so much so you no longer have a slice, that's on you. But I'd rather keep this pie the way it is. With that being said, all colors. With that being said, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. The next video I do live will be boxing. I am an avid boxing fan, and we will be getting into how. Thank you. We will be getting into how Deontay Wilder is being ducked by Anthony Joshua, and also I want to get into the topic of a good brother. I hope you guys go and tune into his channel. What I'll do is eventually I'll put a link in at the bottom. But his name is Tommy Sotomayor. There is a lot of people online that are black, and it's sad to say that they're trying to take this brother off of YouTube, and they're giving him like the worst possible time you could get of anybody. And they're removing his channels. And the reason why they're doing this is because black people don't like the fact that he doesn't talk positive about black people. He he has a very different approach, and I'm someone who doesn't agree with everything that he does and says, but I do agree with the fact that something needs to be done with the problem. He gets terrorized. Yeah, Gemini Gray gets terrorized. So, I'm part of the Soto Nation. And I'm hoping that if any of you subscribers here aren't part of the Soto Nation, that you become part of the Soto Nation. Because, see, there's a big difference between black women and black bitches. And black women work hard. The first thing they do when they wake up, they make sure that they're preparing their children for school. They're preparing breakfast. Their first priority is taking care of, their business, their households. And then you have the black bitch who doesn't care about anything. And the cause of it, the root problem is miseducation. But the attitude still exists. The attitude of leaving your fucking kid in the car for 6 hours while you go get someone else's hair put in your fucking head. That attitude. That I don't care attitude because I want to do it anyway attitude, and there shouldn't be any consequences because it's what I want to do attitude. That same attitude that is developed and cultivated by Democrats. It's the environment. It's that environment. It's the same environment that women tell you that instead of getting a Plan B pill, instead of taking the time to know the person that I'm going to procreate with and learning his middle name, last name, and his parents, and taking time to know him, I'm going to just let this man just take this condom off and just grow me raw, and I'm going to have a baby. Oh, no way, I changed my mind. I'm going to have an abortion. They should have. It was just some good shit. Tobacco products, of course. All tobacco products. But I'm not saying a woman doesn't have the right to her body. But what I am saying is that a woman also should know when to be responsible. There are women out here that are having kids just because they want free apartments and they want to get out their mom's house. Not because they have something to offer a child and they want to give a child a loving home. So, Planned Parenthood is doing it. That's the Democrats. Planned Parenthood is the Democrats. Yo, listen, it's so crazy that it's right here in front of our face. So when black people get upset with me, it's only because they're uneducated. It's only because they don't understand what's going on. They don't know who Margaret Sanger is. They don't. They don't know who Margaret Sanger is. They don't know who Margaret Sanger is. They don't have a clue who Margaret Sanger is. You feel me? What's gonna fix this is the truth. Misinformed, exactly. Black people will always agree with the plantation until we all get together to unslave them. Because mentally, we gone. I talk to people and they tell me, you're president, you're president, you're president. He's our president. What are you talking about? Hey, he's our president. Okay, they asked me what my president's done. He broke the stock exchange record twice. Added 200,000 jobs. Um, got North Korea and South Korea to make peace. Wait, do you want me to keep? Tell me somebody. Wait, no. Tell me somebody keep going. Somebody say keep going. Let me just see. Let me just see if somebody just somebody keep going so I can keep going. Tell me to keep going so I can keep going. I'll keep going. All right. Unemployment at an all-time low. At an all-time low since Reagan era. He's got NATO now to commit to paying their fucking dues. I said 200,000 jobs. Didn't I say 200,000 jobs? Did I say it? Did I tell you that? Did I tell you that? 200,000 jobs? Did I tell you that he cut taxes all across the fucking board? So people that own businesses, wait, I'm not done. NAFTA. Yeah. Remember that bullshit? Remember that shit? Remember? You almost forgot? You do know that if Obama would have got North and South Korea to even meet, he would have got a Nobel Peace Prize, right? You know that though, right? He defeated Hitler. Shit, man, my president's so fucking good, man. He shits out Superman. What the fuck are you talking about? Less people are on fucking welfare, man. Come on, man. And he fixed the law. And he fixed the law about the kids being taken away from their criminal parents. Guess what? Now they get locked up together. I know it sounds fucked up, but I'm gonna just tell you the truth. You can't commit a crime and think that I can't sell drugs, take my money, and then give it to my children and they get to keep it. It's illegally gained. You can't come here illegally and think that your children are going to gain illegally by your illegal entry. And if you do get here illegally, I tell you this: I'm somebody who understands that shit happens. It's difficult. Now you here, and you got here illegally. In this country, you have every opportunity to make yourself legal now. No one's gonna hold you back. We don't want to hold you back. No. Because there's people who come here legally who make things right and become great citizens. Or at least get your residency. That way we understand who and where you are. It's not about us hating on you and don't wanting you to be here or taking away jobs. It's about trying to keep people away from us that's trying to hurt us because of what we have, what we achieve, and what we're trying to achieve, and there are people who want to stop us. It's not because we hate anyone from anywhere. It's not about Mexico, China, because let me tell you something. We right now the problem we're having is with fucking India and these fucking telemarketers. Is anybody calling you telling you the IRS is coming to collect money? It's all about legal immigration. Like a lot of stuff is yeah, I did it right away. Shit is ridiculous. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This is definitely a channel where you can say whatever you want to say. So even if there's somebody in there that wants to troll, you can actually troll and say whatever it is you want to say. I will be doing a video on boxing, and I will be doing a video about Tommy Sotomayor. So instead of me even leaving a link, I'll leave a link with the video that I do post about Tommy Sotomayor. Um, like I said, great guy, loving father. He's just someone that's tired of bullshit when it comes to my race, and quite frankly, I'm tired of it too. You know, there are hardworking black Americans that look like me, that don't look blue collar, and you know, and that's cool. That's a way of you expressing yourself, and that's understood. But then there's a way that other individuals are portraying African Americans, and the light they're doing it is really, really atrocious, and it just really doesn't serve us as a people. Period. I mean, black and white, it doesn't, because what it's showing is that it's just in our country, it's just like we're just savages, like, and that's just pretty much what you're saying. And his approach is he's showing the videos of the moms, the killing their children, and he's attacking them on it. He's attacking Black Lives Matter on it, and he's wondering why they're not boycotting these females that are killing kids and then getting probation or getting a bail or not getting life sentences. So um, I think that there's just some things that he says that really make sense, and I'm gonna give a video on it. And if I don't get to post it later, hopefully I'll be able to post it tomorrow. I did do 8 hours of work yesterday tattooing and 9 hours the day before that tattooing. So before I hang up though, I think I'm gonna show everybody the tattoo shop. Show you where we located, even if their families are. So please be careful, Tony, and don't give out your info. Hey, Gemini girl, guess what? And I am definitely going to protect myself with deadly force. It's the reason why I love boxing. You might want to tune in. I'll be having a lot to say about that. I may know a thing or two about boxing. So, oh yeah, $300 to KimberlySolomon0@gmail.com. KimberlySolomon0@gmail.com. You need to make sure that I tell you what, reach me at tmontega@gmail.com. That's right, T Montega. You know my name is in the description. KimberlySolomon0 at gmail.com. That's what I picked to get it. Reason why is because I like the name Kim. I have a friend named Kim. She's cool. So because of that, you're the lucky winner. Tune in because possibly, if not the 30th, and definitely by the 5th next month, I'm giving away another Visa gift card. And hopefully we'll have more subs. And I'll probably be doing it to the sub amount. So if the sub amount is $1,000, there could be somebody out there getting $1,000. If the sub amount is $2,000, then we'll probably break it down and probably give people $500 a piece. That way we can give more people the opportunity to win a couple dollars. It would be nice to see people helping people with the money too. I'm giving you the money, and hopefully you take the money, and you don't have to give all of your money away, but hopefully you can do a video of the money you received, and maybe you buy someone something to eat at McDonald's, or maybe you buy someone a pair of shoes or something, and even water, and you just do a light video, and you can tag my Instagram at Montega. Again, my last name, that's my Instagram. You see my music and everything there, but if you tag me on it and you let me see it, that'll be really dope, and I'll get the video, or I'll tag you and send you, or you can send it to my email, tmontega, and I'll make sure I put a compilation video together, at the end of the year, and I'll just show everybody. Or I'll tell you what, how about anybody that does it and helps anybody out, and you send it to tmontega@gmail.com. I'll put a compilation video together, and we can show Americans just giving. I just want to do a little pay it forward, and I hope that everybody does it in their own little way, even if it's just giving water to somebody. Yeah, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I love you. I'm high as fuck, and I'm definitely going to finish this because I'm never a quitter like my president. I'm with the shits. Signing off. Good looking in for tuning in. Love.